Welcome to the start of your Amity experience. For many of you, this will be your first time coming to the United States as an intern. We have put together this presentation with the hope that you will have a better understanding of our program and will have the tips and tools to make a smooth transition during your stay. Together, we will build international culture and friendship through teaching exchange. Amity Institute is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting international friendship and understanding through teaching exchange. For the past 55 years, we have been a U.S. Department of State designated J-1 visa sponsor for 2 visitor exchange programs, our educational intern program, and our exchange teacher program. As an organization, Amity Institute offers the following: candidate screening and assessment. Amity reviews candidate application materials to ensure that they meet all U.S. State Department requirements for the J-1 visa program. J-1 visa sponsorship. We provide visa sponsorship and handle all required administrative paperwork throughout the duration of a participant's program. Resources for visa issues and guidance through all pre-arrival processes. Access to valid and compliant health insurance providers, an individual program counselor to assist each participant throughout their stay in the United States. You have been assigned to a specific Amity program counselor who is a trained professional and will be available to you through the entire internship. You can turn to your program counselor for advice and assistance. Your program counselor will provide personalized support and regular contact throughout the duration of your program, maintain detailed and accurate records as required by the U.S. Department of State, monitor your assignments and progress, act as a mediator for any issues or problems, refer participants to additional resources and organizations. You must contact your counselor immediately if you lose your passport or original DS 2019 form, if you have an accident or become seriously ill, or if you have any changes of address or contact information. You also should contact your counselor if you think the school does not follow your tip. The internship is your first responsibility. Please remember that the purpose of your stay in the United States is to become a stronger individual and teacher while sharing your culture inside and outside of the classroom. The material you have received contains important details and guidelines for a successful internship. Make sure you read it carefully and ask questions if something is not clear to you. Our office will contact you from time to time and request certain forms. It is important that you respond immediately. We would not ask you to send something to us if we did not need it. Turning required reports and forms in on time will help us to maintain your file as required by regulations and will assure that you will receive your certificate at the end of the program. Over the following 2 slides, we will discuss some important J-1 visa policies determined and mandated by the U.S. Department of State. It is essential that you understand and follow these rules and regulations to have a successful stay in the United States. Your internship must be at the school or district listed as the site of activity on Form DS 2019 following the tip. Amity must be notified of any changes to the internship within 3 business days of occurrence. If you move or your contact information changes, you must notify Amity within 3 business days of occurrence. You may leave the United States and re-enter, but need a travel validation signature from Amity before leaving the country. If you have plans to travel, please notify your program counselor and mail your original DS 2019 to Amity at least 3 weeks before your travel date. Your J-1 visa does not grant permission to enter any other country other than the United States. Be sure to check entry requirements for any other country before making travel arrangements. This also applies to transit flights. Amity interns are strictly prohibited from being hired as a teacher to stay in the United States after your assignment. It is a strict visa requirement to return back to your home country at the end of your assignment. Also, you are not permitted to work in the United States besides for your internship assignment. You may come from a country where drinking alcohol is permitted at an earlier age than in the United States. Now that you are in the U.S., you must follow the rules and expectations in this country. The official drinking age is 21. You should expect to be asked for a picture ID in a store or at a restaurant or bar if you want to buy or order alcohol. Never buy or provide alcohol for anyone under the age of 21. It is against the law and will get you in serious trouble. Your host family may or may not drink alcohol. Please be sensitive to their house rules and respect them. Public drunkenness may result in probation or your dismissal from the program. Using illegal drugs is, well, illegal. Violation of these laws are serious and can result in arrest and prosecution. Drinking and driving is completely unacceptable. If you drink alcohol, leave your car at home, take a taxi or Uber, call a friend, or walk if necessary. If you are driving and stopped by the police for any reason and are tested positive for a DUI, driving under the influence, you will most likely be arrested, you will have to face a court, and Amity will end your internship with zero tolerance. It is only natural that you may meet someone with whom you would like to have a personal relationship, but there are a few things you should first take into consideration. Please keep in mind that not all Americans are liberal about dating issues. You should be careful not to date colleagues. This could have a negative effect on your internship. Do not engage in an inappropriate or too close relationship with your host. Never date one of your students or anyone under the age of 18. Sexual relationships with minors are against the law and will get you in serious trouble. Violation of these policies will result in immediate dismissal from the program and could result in your arrest. The vast majority of host families are non-smokers and will not accept an intern who smokes. Many U.S. states have strict smoking laws that must be followed. Many public places, including schools and most restaurants, ban smoking. If you had marked on your application that you do smoke, you also agreed to follow local customs and laws. As you already know, participating in Amity's educational internship program requires a mandatory home return. Exchange visitor programs are temporary, and by signing a contract with Amity Institute and your host schools, you agree to return home at the end. You should not attempt to transfer or apply for any other visa status while under Amity J1 visa sponsorship. Certain countries and circumstances require specific professionals to return home for at least 2 years. It is your responsibility to explore these specific requirements regarding your country, so be sure to do so. If you fail to comply with U.S. laws, State Department regulations, or Amity Institute policies, your program and sponsorship will be canceled and you will be immediately dismissed. As you know already, all participants must be insured properly. Amity has reviewed and approved the plan you have chosen. Make sure to read your policy carefully so that you know what is covered and what is not. For example, preventative dental care may not be included, and the amount available for dental treatment in case of an accident is very small. Find out what services are covered and when you have to get approval from the insurance before being treated. It is a very good idea to look for a doctor or hospital before you get sick. Your host family or local coordinator will gladly assist you to do so. Thank you for viewing part 1 of our orientation presentation. Please take a quick break and join us for part 2, during which we will discuss life in the United States and classroom management.